Assalamualaikum, मेरा नाम Rabia.
Assalamualaikum, मेरा नाम Maria.
Welcome to
Malaysia
Malaysia
Generation
Nepal. Today we're going to react on the airline ran out of food.
Okay.
Nepal Airlines Airbus A320 to Mumbai. And the channel name is?
Josh Cahill.
Let's watch it.
Let's.
This way.
Hello and namaskar. I am back on Nepal Airlines and this time on the Airbus A320, taking a trip from Kathmandu to Mumbai, India. After spending a couple of days in Nepal, one of the world's most hospitable countries, and arriving here on the Airbus A330 in business class, it was finally time to try the airline's Airbus A320. Nepal Airlines has gone through an amazing transition in the past few years, becoming a safe and well-respected airline within the region. So I'm happy to showcase them once again to document my trip today all the way to India. So please join on another flight.
So guys, and here we are. Welcome to Kathmandu International Airport. So let's go inside, let's check in and take a flight on Nepal Airlines Airbus A320 all the way to Mumbai.
Kathmandu Airport is known to run beyond capacity and flights barely ever leave on time, but today I seem to be a bit more lucky and the check-in area was fairly organized. Once checked in, I made my way to the departure gate.
So I'm all checked in and now I'm in this massive departure hall here and still have to wait for 2 hours. So let's go and check out if we can spot some interesting airplanes.
These days, Kathmandu has direct flights to Istanbul, Singapore, Seoul, Tokyo or even Colombo in Sri Lanka. Interesting fact, Austrian Airlines was the last European airline to offer direct links between Europe and Nepal, which stopped in 2007. But it was then time to board my flight to Mumbai. And this is Nepal Airlines Airbus A320, which the airline operates two of them. Both have been delivered in 2015 and they mostly operate flights to India or the Middle East.
Hello. So guys, here we are. Welcome on board Nepal Airlines Airbus A320. So finally get to try that one as well. 150 seats in economy class and bus boarding, obviously, since there are no jet bridges here in Kathmandu. But you know, usually I pick the seat in the back so I can show you the cabin while I'm board. But unfortunately, we were boarding through the rear and the front door. I was trying to be sneaky. I tried to go to the front door, but then the guy did his job properly at the ramp and he said, no, you have to use the rear door to board the plane. So I couldn't really give you a glimpse of the economy business class cabin, which I hope I can when we disembark the plane. But my first impression, lovely crew. They had a nice smile on their face when I got on the plane. Legroom situation looks pretty decent as well, as you can see, and so far I still have a row to myself. Let's hope it's going to stay this way. So doors are closed, boarding is completed, and once again I scored my very own row. So if there's one travel hack I want to share with you guys, always pick a seat in the back, which gives you a high chance of getting your own row. It's like a poor man's business class, and Kathmandu is known to be one of the most dangerous airports in the world, so it's always a captain landing or captain's takeoff. So I hope that when we climb out here of Kathmandu that I can give you some nice views. Start our pushback as well, so yeah, weather looks good, so let's see what the views are like.
Window wiped, expecting some good views, and we then taxied for the runway, passing by Himalaya Airlines, the second biggest airline of Nepal. But the real highlight taxiing towards our departure point is a former Turkish Airlines Airbus A330 which overshot the runway in 2015. Instead of scraping the plane, the local aviation authorities bought the plane and turned it into an aviation museum which can be visited 7 days a week. Not a bad idea, if you ask me.
So there's always a first time for everything in life. So it took 35 years and over 500 flights in order for an airline to run out on food on me. So this is my delicious meal today. Nothing. An empty plate. She reached me and she said, unfortunately, they're out of food. Has never happened to me before, but today is the day. Today is the day where I remain hungry. And interestingly, I woke up this morning and I said like, I'm not gonna have any breakfast, or I'm not gonna eat anything at the airport, so I'm just gonna wait for my food on the flight. Now I'm very hungry, but bad luck, you know, it can happen sometimes. Not blaming the airline, though they could have loaded more food, no? Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. So food review is some hot air. So sitting here for a while, I was like, okay, at least I'm gonna have some dessert or the bun. But then the guy showed up. I don't know where he organized a meal from, whether it's from business class or he found it somewhere in the bag. So some looks like chicken noodles. So yeah, I thought today was gonna be the day, but nah, lucky me, he found a meal somewhere. So well, now let's see what it tastes like. But I forgot to mention that on every Nepal Airlines flight there is always a hot meal. It doesn't matter how long or short the flight is, whether you do the 1 hour 20-minute flight to Delhi in economy class, there is going to be a hot meal, which sometimes there's not if they're out of food, but generally there is food on Nepal Airlines, which is great considering the flight wasn't that expensive either, and checked luggage is included as well. So on the paper, it's a great airline. So historically, food on Nepal Airlines always great, especially on my last flight from Delhi to Kathmandu. Was so delicious. Maybe because I was in business class, but this food, I don't know where they found it. Maybe they found it somewhere between the carts, and it's been sitting there for like a couple of months. Food wasn't great. That was it tasted a bit off, and so was the dessert. The dessert was really bad. So yeah, that was a bit of a letdown. But I do appreciate the effort of the crew to go out of their way to try and organize a meal from somewhere. Maybe it was the captain's meal, you never know. But that was I put a smile on my face. So we have 90 more minutes to go until we touch down in Mumbai, and I guess I'm gonna give you a loo review right after this. So here we are, welcome to the loo in the very back of the Airbus A320. It pretty much matches the rest of the cabin, outdated, old. It needs a bit of an overhaul, I'd say. And I realized that on all flights I had with Nepal Airlines, I've actually never covered the loo because the flights were always rather short and I never had the time. So here it is, I owe you guys a loo review. Nothing special, to be honest. Here's a bit of soap. ice in the sink, got the loo, pretty much it.
We then started our descent into Mumbai, and while I landed here on several occasions, it was actually my first time during the daylight. And very little did I know that the approach into India's most populous city is this beautiful. But the flight as such was great, considering the fare I paid and what I received in return. The crew was lovely and solution-oriented. The plane offered all the comfort, and while the meal tasted a bit off, I very much appreciate the fact that they do serve some. I personally think Nepal Airlines is no longer a dodgy airline with a questionable safety record, but a great flag carrier that competes with the region's best airlines. Once on the ground, I was very delighted to see Air India's 747, the queen of the skies. From what I've heard, it's still not 100% clear what the airline plans are with the Super Jumbo, but personally, I'd love to see them fly again.
So here we are, welcome to Mumbai International Airport. It's actually my first time arriving here on an international flight, and can I say what a beautiful, stunning airport Mumbai is. And the differences are very interesting. In Delhi, nobody cares about your COVID forms or your vaccine or whatever. In here, 4 checkpoints checking all your documents before you even get to immigration. Now let's go and get my bag. And there we go, guys, another beautiful and great flight on Nepal Airlines. I'm very happy to see the airline succeed and to actually turn into a quality airline. So Nepal Airlines, really well done. Also, quickly wanted to personally thank for everybody who joined my Patreon recently and sent me photos from all around the world with my new Cahill removed before flight keyring. So thank you so much for your support. If you also want to become a part of my journey and support my videos, join my WhatsApp group, join my monthly Zoom sessions, get early access to my videos, or have your name in the credits, check out the link in the description box below. Always happy if you guys support my work. But this is it. You can also, of course, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and this should be it, guys. Thanks for watching, and where we off to, have a safe trip.
All right. Okay. The airline ran out of the food, but it's good effort by the steward. Yeah.
Provide him the food.
Yeah. The meal wasn't really good, but it's good effort.
It's good effort.
Hopefully they will take it as a lesson and improve it next time.
Yes.
Inshallah. All right. Overall, the Nepal Airlines, as what Kahil say that they
Improve
have
a lot.
improved. Yes,
Yeah,
they have
improve a
improved a
lot.
lot. And then, yeah, we will try
To go to Nepal by Nepal Airlines.
the view is fantastic, mashallah.
Yeah,
It's
mashallah,
beautiful. We would love to experience Nepal Airlines.
Yep.
So, yeah, overall, thank you so much for your suggestion. If you like this video, please share it with your family members and friends. Don't forget to share it on your social media as well. Please subscribe our channel Malaysian Garages Nepal and follow our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so TikTok Malaysian Garages. Thank you so much. Till next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.